Hey guys, and welcome on into another episode of Picks on Net, NHL Picks and Stats. I'm your host, Terry Edelman at TE Picks over on X, ready to break down the Tuesday slate. Only 7 games to go over today, and when I looked at the slate yesterday, it didn't really look all that good looking at it, but once I've taken a look at some of the player props that we've got in today's slate, it's actually a really beautiful slate. So super excited to break it down. Of course, we'll start the show as we normally do, taking a look back at what happened yesterday. Starting with this one here, the Buffalo Sabres and the Florida Panthers. Sabres money line was one of my premium plays on the site yesterday. The Sabres just continue to win games. Florida's in trouble. Florida is in trouble when it comes to the playoff race. They're falling behind, more and more behind each game. But a good win there for the Sabres, getting the job done. I should have made Buffalo money line as the member play of the day instead of the Islanders, because the Islanders lost this game here against the Caps. Was not a good game overall, and I regret backing the Islanders, but it is what it is. Cole Caulfield. Could anybody find Cole Caulfield on the ice last night? I guess he's ready for his vacation. Maybe not making the Olympic team isn't that big of a deal to Cole Caulfield, because he did not look like a man on a mission last night against the Wild. He did not look like he was trying to prove Guerin wrong, any of that. Didn't score. So thanks a lot, Caulfield. But we can always count on Kirill the Thrill, anytime goal. Not only did he score, he also scored in overtime, the game winner. Kaprizov loves to score overtime winners. And only a couple goals away now from tying the Wild's all-time franchise record in goals, which I don't think he's going to get both against Nashville tomorrow, but maybe. You never know. And then over 6.5 in this game, a premium play on the site yesterday. Easy winner there. Minnesota overs, pretty easy. This game I didn't have a play in, but wanted to quickly discuss it. The Nashville Predators, what a comeback. What a comeback here. Being down, I believe, 5-1, coming back, winning 6-5. Just a huge comeback win for the Nashville Predators here in this game. I'm glad they're off such a big, huge, exciting comeback win, because they get to face Minnesota tomorrow. So excited for that. Will Smith, anytime goal, plus 210. Full unit winner here. Will Smith scored the first goal for the Sharks. Celebrini did get a goal. Bettor did get a goal. And as I said on yesterday's show, I kind of had that feeling that the Hawks were going to win this one. They did end up finishing on top. The small sprinkle on Gaudette, unfortunately, lost. He did not score, but that's okay. Just a small quarter unit play there. The Colorado Avalanche lose the second game, and I said it's hard. It's hard when you face a team in the regular season, back-to-back games like that. The Avalanche winning 5-0 in the first game, Detroit winning 2-0 yesterday against the Avalanche, shutting them out at home. Surprising. And then my final play was my premium player prop of the day. Max Domi over half a point. Unfortunately, did not get a point. His point streak comes to an end here in this game. So overall, 4-3 day, up 2.35 units. So another good winning day, and hoping to keep it going here on today's slate with a bunch of plus money plays, as I like to play. Super Oo is waving. I did see your comment about like, share, subscribe before, but I can't bring it up because I can't. It was posted before I logged in. Long story. It's how the program I use, how it works. But hi, Terry. Hi, Timothy. How's it going? Super saying hi as well. Sabres, impressive, but no Caulfield in sight. I agree. Your mention of the Wild power play made me run the Kaprizov power play last night. He's the power play has been hot. Terry, hi William, how's it going? Nice to see you. And I forgot to run that Hayden Point play you mentioned in the Utah game last night. Yeah, and of course he gets a point in the first game, in the first goal as well. Plays that I can't, I don't always pull the trigger on. A lot of them do cash. So glad that you're remembering it for sure. One shot. That's bad. That's bad. Hey, Terry, pretty good day yesterday. Cash and Jersey Point, Dome Point, also Will Smith Kaprizov goals you recommended. Just missed a 16-1 same game parlay. Only missed Sergachev shots on goal. Oh, no. I'm sorry. He was such a good he had one shot on goal and you needed two. Oh, no. That's rough. That is rough. Ryan McLeod, that's the tweet. King. Okay, interesting. We will be talking about him shortly when we get to that game. But going to start with the first game of the day, which is the member play of the day. The Columbus Blue Jackets minus 110, the Devils minus 110, and a total of 6 here in this one. Elvis Merzlikins confirmed for Columbus, and Jacob Markstrom unconfirmed for the Devils. And when you look at their stats, are pretty similar. 10-8-1 for Merzlikins, 15-12-1 for Markstrom, 3.67 goals against average for Merzlikins, 3.24 for Markstrom, 883 save percentage for Merzlikins, 881 for Markstrom. So Markstrom not having the best season overall. How do these two teams do against each other? New Jersey has won 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams, 3 of the last 4 going under 5.5. Columbus will be without Kirill Marchenko in this game, which is definitely a big loss. Their main sniper will not be there in this game. Guys on point streaks, Hamilton finally did not get a point in his last game. But 4 of his last 5, 9 of his last 10 with the point, I'm seeing minus 120. A lot of guys with points in 3 of 5, but not really anybody on a hot streak. Goal streaks, Nico Hischier, Charlie Coyle, both have scored in 3 of their last 5 games heading into this one. And then assist streaks, Werenski, 4 games in a row, but minus 165, no value there. And then quite a few guys assists in 3 of their last 5 games. But overall, looking at this one here, not the best game for player props. Now, of course, we could have a bunch of goals here, and this could be a great game for player props, but nothing that stands out for me here when it comes player prop-wise. Of course, it's a big slate and lots of player props that I like here in this one, which we'll get to. If you guys haven't been betting this assist point, then damn, y'all have been missing out big time. Yeah, he's definitely been hot at times. I've definitely been betting him at times, for sure. Didn't Sergachev score on that one shot? Man, that's brutal. What's up, Terry? Hey, Sweet Pickles, how's it going? It was a power play goal. All right. Jesper Bratt assists, plus 138 on FanDuel. Adam Fantilli assists, plus 164. All right. And love Charlie Coyle point, minus 105. Yeah, his point streak came to an end there in the last game, but he had been red hot. That line had been red hot. Coyle, previous 3 games, 4 points, 2 points, 3 points, and points in back-to-back games against New Jersey, including 3 points in his last trip to New Jersey. He had 3 points. So, yeah, Coyle point, actually not a bad look. Thank you for mentioning it, Addison. With Marchenko out, Lundestrom has moved to the top line, 7-1 for his anytime goal. So a good look. He'll be getting an opportunity here. The Jackets' Sean Monahan has 2 goals in 2 games versus the Devils this season and 14 goals in 22 games career versus New Jersey, plus 340. Lundstrom, number 1 center tonight, plus 575. Anytime goal is great value. I agree. So, yeah, actually, I'm wrong. There we go. Addison and Jonathan coming in here with some good stats. And of course, Sweet Pickles, you too. So, and Aval as well. So, definitely thank you guys for some other player props you can look at in this one. But moving on along to our next game, which is the Ottawa Senators and the Carolina Hurricanes. Ottawa plus 145, road dogs. Carolina minus 170, home favorites, and a total of 6.5 here in this game. Taking a look at goalies here. James Reimer unconfirmed for Ottawa. Brandon Bussey likely here in his last, or likely here to start. Of course, Brandon Bussey, 21, 3-1 on the season, 2.21 goals against average, 904 save percentage. He's been fantastic. What else can you say for him? But I'm hoping maybe he does let in one goal here, which I'll get to here in a second. Previous games between these two teams, Carolina 5-2 in the last 7 meetings, 3 of the last 4 going under 5.5. So some lower scoring games between these two teams in the past. Give me Tim Stützle, anytime goal plus 200 here in this one. Stützle's absolutely red hot right now. He has scored a goal in 4 of his last 5 games and 7 of his last 10. Extremely tough to do. Shooting the puck frequently, over 3.18 shots on goal over his last 11 games. He scored in back-to-back games against Carolina, as well as 5 of his last 8 against the Hurricanes. So Stützle has had some success against this Hurricanes team. Maybe not necessarily Bussey, but has had success against the Canes. He's scoring a bunch of goals right now. Here he's scoring goals consistently. So I got to take him here at plus 200 here in this one. Looking at guys on point streaks here in this one, Claude Giroux, points in 3 games in a row, 4 of his last 5, 7 of his last 10, plus 130. Jordan Staal is a point in 4 of his last 5 games, 3 games in a row, plus 160. Shane Gostisbehere, same thing, point in 4 or 5, 3 games in a row, plus 100. Batherson is a point 3 games in a row, minus 102. Pinto, back-to-back games, 3 of his last 5, plus 152. Lots of guys with value here. Tim Stützle, 3 games in a row with a goal, as I already said. Jordan Staal, 3 of his last 5 games, plus 450 with a goal. Sebastian Aho has scored in back-to-back games, plus 188. Assist streaks here. Stützle assist, 4 games in a row. Stützle's been on fire. Goals and assists recently. Plus 110 for an assist. Batherson has an assist in 3 games in a row, plus 182 here in this game. So lots of guys on streaks. Do we see a high-scoring game? I'm not sure. I would kind of lean towards the under 6.5, to be honest, but I'm not going to get to it here. Man, I'm scared of Bruins and Lightning both might be flat today after that tough game they played against each other the other day. That's very possible. We'll talk about that game. Boston does not play today, but they play tomorrow. Canes puck line. Robert thinks they take care of business. All right. How much value do you put into player versus team stats when a player changes teams? Not really much. I kind of look at a player versus the team. If he moves teams, doesn't necessarily factor that much into my opinion. But on certain circumstances, maybe, yeah. Shane Gostisbehere point, yeah, not bad value. Stützle was the only center to find the back of the net on Bussey in the Sens 4-1 loss on January 24th. There we go. So he has been able to solve Brandon Bussey. I took Gostisbehere point plus 100, 6 points in 3 games versus returning. Yeah, not a bad look at all. Not a bad look here in this one. But we will continue on along with our next game, which is the Washington Capitals and the Philadelphia Flyers. The Caps plus 110 road dogs. Philadelphia minus 130 home favorites and a total of 6.5 here in this one. Washington has won 6 games in a row against the Flyers, all 6 in regulation. 3 of the last 5 meetings going under 5.5. Dan Vladar is already confirmed for Philadelphia. Has not played very well since coming back from injury. So he's kind of struggled. Washington has not yet announced their goaltender. I'm seeing Clay Stevenson as unconfirmed. I don't know if he would start back-to-back games, but 2-0-0, 1.97 goals against average, 923 save percentage in his 2 games. If not, it would be the third-string goaltender, which I'm blanking on his name, would potentially get the start here. So Capitals goaltending, something still to keep an eye on exactly who's going to start here in this game. How are these two teams been doing recently? Well, Washington has now won 3 games in a row. 4-3 shootout win against Detroit, 4-3 overtime win against Carolina, and then a 4-1 win against the Islanders yesterday. Philadelphia's lost 4 games in a row against the Islanders, Columbus, Boston, and LA. So, when it comes to the side or total, I'm passing here, but I don't know. I kind of lean with the Caps a little bit. However, I don't like their goaltending situation right now, so I'm not going to back them here, but they have played very well against the Flyers. Of course, second night of back-to-back, so not the best spot overall, but if I was betting a side here, it would be the Caps. Now, if I was betting a player prop here, it would not be the Caps. It would be the Flyers, Travis Konechny. He scored in 3 games in a row, including a hat trick against Columbus. He's been scoring his last 3 games. Hasn't had a lot of success against Washington, though, in the past. So ultimately, and plus 195 I'm seeing for Konechny anytime goal. So ultimately did not make my card, but was definitely one of the goal scoring props I was looking at, was Konechny. Guys with value point-wise, Chychrun has a point in 4 of his last 5 games, minus 120. Alexei Protas, back-to-back games, 3 of 5, plus 118. John Carlson, back-to-back games, and 3 of 5, minus 110. Here in this one. Not a whole lot of other goal streaks. And then assist streaks, Chychrun, 4 of 5, plus 126. Konechny, plus 100. Wilson, plus 120, both back-to-back games, and 3 of their last 5 here in this one. Philly, Washington draw, plus 320. All right. Bjorklund. Thank you, Rich. 4-5-2 record for the Hershey Bears, who always used to have a good team in the AHL, but Caps plus 115 feels like a trap. Well, it's not one I'm going to fall for. So if it is a trap, I won't fall for it. The Flyers should not be minus 130. They stink. I can kind of agree with that. I think Washington first goal is worth a look at plus 100. All right. I don't hate it, but ultimately not going to get to anything here, at least not at this moment. But next up, we've got the Buffalo Sabres and the Tampa Bay Lightning. I definitely got involved with this game. Buffalo plus 160 road dogs. Tampa Bay minus 190 home favorites, and a total 6.5 here in this one. Looking at this one here, how do these two teams do against each other? Well, Buffalo 6-3 in the last 9 meetings between the Tampa Bay Lightning. Against the Tampa Bay Lightning, they've had success against Tampa Bay. 2 of the last 3 meetings going over 6.5. So we have seen some high-scoring games between these two teams. No confirmed goalies yet. Colton Ellis unconfirmed here for Buffalo on the second night of a back-to-back. Andre unconfirmed for Tampa Bay here in this one. My thoughts are, hey, if you want to give Vasilevsky the night off, it would not be the worst thing. Here, put Jonas Johansson here in this net, in the net today against the Buffalo Sabres. But when I look at this one here, I did break this game down on Picks and Parlays yesterday. Buffalo was minus 195 at that point. Obviously, I love them at minus 195, and I still like them. I still like them at plus 160. I ended up locking the Sabres in for plus 172 this morning. What can be said about the Sabres team right now? They have won 20. They are 21, 4-1 in their last 26 games. They've won 6 of their last 7. They're 7-2 in their last 9 games against a divisional opponent, and they've won 5 of their last 6 games on the second night of a back-to-back. So the Sabres win games against opponents, win on the second night of a back-to-back. They've had success against Tampa Bay. The Tampa Bay Lightning dealing with injuries right now at center. Won't have Cirelli, Point, or Nick Paul for this game. So there's incredible value at the Sabres here, is basically what I'm saying. Now, Tampa Bay, 17-1-1 in their last 19 games. So they have been playing great hockey. I'm not going to obviously say anything otherwise. But value-wise, there's just incredible value with the Sabres here with how they've been playing for the last 2 months. So give me Sabres money line plus 172, but no, that's not all. Give me Rasmus Dahlin over half an assist at plus 105 here in this one. Dahlin has an assist in 4 games in a row, 2 multi-assist games during that stretch. He has an assist in 9 of his last 14 games overall. But boy, oh boy, does he love to face the Tampa Bay Lightning. Dahlin, an assist in 9 of his last 10 games against Tampa Bay. 2 assists against the Lightning in the most recent meeting. Don't ask me why, but Dahlin loves to pass the puck to somebody else who scores when he faces the Tampa Bay Lightning. So give me Dahlin assist plus 105 here in this one. And no, I'm not done yet. Give me, for a small quarter unit play, Darren Radish anytime goal, plus 360 here in this one for the Lightning. I think Colton Ellis is going to give up goals as well. Obviously I like Buffalo here, but I don't expect a 5-0 Buffalo win here. Do think that Tampa Bay is going to put up some offense as well. Darren Radish has now scored in 4 games in a row for the Tampa Bay Lightning. So goals in 4 games in a row. When we look at his shots on goal over his last 8 games here, 6, 4, 0 against San Jose, which was a bit weird. 5, 3, 3, 5, and 7 shots on goal. Shooting the puck a lot. If you wanted to look at his over 2.5 shots on goal at minus 110, I don't hate that. But I have to take a small sprinkle on his goal prop here at plus 360 because it's just not priced correctly here in this one. But I believe there's quite a few other players to talk about when we look at player props here. In this one, Alex Tuch has a point in 5 games in a row, 8 of his last 10. I am seeing minus 105, minus 110 in most spots for a point. He's also had a lot of success against Tampa Bay. Points in 4 of his last 5 and 7 of his last 10 against the Lightning. I almost pulled the trigger on Tuck Point, but because I'm already on Sabres money line and I'm already on Dahlin assist, the Tampa Bay Lightning are a very good team, and Vasilevsky has been lights out other than that game against Boston in the last game, obviously the outdoor game. So I'm not going to load up on props here, but Tuck Point, definitely a good look. Quinn has a point 4 of his last 5 games, plus 100. Kucherov has over 1.5 points in 4 games in a row. Minus 154. That can't be right. Is that right? That can't be right. But that's what it says, so I'm not sure. But let's see here. McLeod, 0.4 of his last 5 games, plus 120 here in this one. Nikita Kucherov has scored in 4 of his last 5 games, plus 120. Obviously, I already mentioned Radish here. Power play point streaks, Kucherov, Gensel, Radish, all power play points in 3 of their last 5. And then assist streaks, obviously, Dahlin and McLeod as well, 4 of his last 5 coming into this game. But we will go back to the chat here. The Friars are hard to back. They start out decent and fade by the midway point. Yeah, I can agree with that. I know Buffalo on a back-to-back, but they're hot and Tampa a bit banged up. Yes, and the Sabres have been good on a back-to-back. So some teams have trouble in back-to-backs, others don't. And Buffalo hasn't recently. Now, this is a tough team to play on a back-to-back, but outdoor game hangover, I agree. Sabres money line, they thrive in bad spots. And I don't think it's necessarily the worst spot ever. Yeah, okay, you're playing on the second night of a back-to-back, but it's not like they played in LA last night and now they're in Tampa Bay. That would be a really bad spot. But they were in Florida last night, obviously Tampa Bay tonight. So, but yes, not the best spot overall for either team here. Thompson, 5 goals in 5 games versus Fassi, plus 160. Okay, so maybe that's who Dahlin passes the puck to. Kucherov, minus 160 for 2 points. That's actually real? Wow. I thought that was a mistake by the app, but wow. I don't even know what to say. Bet the under? No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. But we'll go on to our next game here. The Pittsburgh Penguins and the New York Islanders. The Pens, minus 110. The Islanders, minus 110. And a total 6 here in this one. When we look at previous games between these two teams, the home team has won 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two. 5 overs, 1 under, and 1 push to a total of 6. In recent meetings, we've seen some very high-scoring games between these two teams. Sorokin confirmed for the Islanders. Stuart Skinner unconfirmed for the Penguins. And Sorokin has been lights out in some starts recently, but has also been giving up some goals in other starts. Taking a look here at Sorokin's last 5 games. 3 goals against Vancouver, 3 goals against Seattle, nothing against Philly, 1 against the Rangers, and then 4 goals against Nashville in his last game. So Sorokin has been able to score on him a little bit. Skinner unconfirmed here on the other side. When I look at the side here, I'm not going to hold it against the Islanders for screwing me last night, but I am going to hold it against them. But I'm not taking Pittsburgh either here in this spot. The home team 5-1 in the last 6 meetings. I think we do get some goals here. In this one. Could be a good prop game here in this one. I happen to have a prop in this game, but it's my premium prop of the day over on picksandparlays.net. So I won't say what it is, but Mantha over 1.5 shots, minus 120. He's been shooting the puck a lot, and he's been scoring points. Chinnikov over 0.5 point, 4 of his last 5 games, plus 128. Mantha, 4 of his last 5, plus 106. Goal streaks, Barzal, 4 of his last 5 games, plus 235. Chinnikov and Mantha both have scored in 3 of their last 5 games, plus 375 for Chinnikov, plus 350 for Mantha. Jean-Gabriel Pageau, 3 of his last 5 games, plus 500. And Ben Kindle, 3 of his last 5 games with a goal, plus 475. Assist streaks, Malkin has an assist in 4 of his last 5 games, 7 of his last 10, plus 115 here. And he's had a lot of success against the Islanders, point-wise and assist-wise. He has an assist in 5 of his last 7 against the Islanders, 3 assists in the most recent meeting. So Malkin It's turn back time this year. That's for sure. But we'll go to the chat here. Take 2 assists. Yeah, you could do that if you really wanted to back him. Over 6, I think so. What's up, bro? Hey, Lightbearer, how's it going? Nice to see you. Flyers have 4-string goalie versus the Caps tonight. I think you've got it the other way around. Vladar is already confirmed. But we will move on along to our next game, which is the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Edmonton Oilers. The Leafs plus 155 road dogs. Edmonton minus 185 home favorites. And the total, mostly 7s, some 6.5s. The book I used for the odds here had a 6.5 minus 150 here. So I did this video again. I talked about this game on the Picks and Parlays video I did last night, and I predicted this was going to happen. The 6.5 was minus 130 last night. I obviously liked it at minus 130, but was not going to release it to clients because I knew there was no chance of it being available here today. So now it's 6.5 minus 150, 7s in other spots. But I think it is a 7 for a reason. I think we're going to get goals here on both sides. Toronto 3-1 in the last 4 meetings between the two teams. 6 of the last 7 meetings have gone over 6.5 between the two teams. The only game that did not go over finished with 6 goals. So it was also a very high scoring game. And then when you look at what both teams have been doing recently, the Toronto Maple Leafs had been an over machine, now back-to-back unders, but a 3-2 shootout win against Vancouver, a team that there's very heavy under history against, and then a 4-2 win yesterday against Calgary, Calgary Flames team that just can't score. Previous to that, they've been very high-scoring games, and the Leafs have been giving up a lot. Edmonton, their last 5 games, 6-2, 6-5, 7-4, 4-3, 7-3. The Oilers have been involved in some very high-scoring games recently. So if you want to bet the over here, I would wait and see if you can get a better number live. You might be able to get the 6.5 at a better odds here if you wait a few minutes and if there is no goals early. But looking at goalies here, Anthony Stolarz confirmed for Toronto, Connor Ingram confirmed for Edmonton. Stolarz has struggled. He has, since coming back from injury, he's given up 5 goals to Vegas, 4 goals to Seattle, and he's given up at least 3 goals in 12 of the 14 games he's played this season. So Stolarz has just not had a good season at all, and now has to face this Edmonton Oilers team who is an offensive juggernaut. That's for sure. Give me Zach Hyman anytime goal, plus 130 here. He has scored a goal in 3 of his last 4 games, 6 of his last 10, 2 multi-goal games during that stretch, and he scored in 3 of his last 4 games against his former team. And Stolarz is in net. So I think the Oilers are going to get quite a few goals here. I'll take Hyman at plus 130. I know, not the best odds, but scored in 3 of 4, scored in 3 of 4 against his former team. I think he has a good game here. I think we get goals on both sides. We'll go with Hyman. Anytime goal, plus 130 here in this one. Props, Bobby McMahon, a point in 4 of his last 5 games, plus 146. Max Domi, points in 4 or 5, plus 113. Matthias Ekholm, points in 4 or 5, plus 150 here in this one. Goal streaks, other than Hyman, Nylander, McDavid, and Max Domi all have scored in 3 of their last 5 games, all different odds. Draisaitl has scored in back-to-back games for the Oilers. And then assist streaks with value, not a whole lot. Matthews, back-to-back games with an assist, plus 107. And he has an assist in 5 of his last 6 against the Oilers here. Let's see here. Brian Rust back? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm waiting to live bet the over at a better price. Yes, that could be a good way. Good way to get it done. Draisaitl over 1.5 points plus McDavid over 1.5 points. Edmonton money line. Same game parlay plus 194. All right, I don't hate it. Matty Rob special here, first period over and the over 5.5. Yeah, you could go that way. I kind of like both teams to score in the third period. Plus 105. That's interesting. That is interesting. Pod Degen coming in from Garden City, Colorado, thanking for my time, give insight, and telling everyone to smash the like button. Yes, smash the like button. Thank you, Pod Degen, as always. Hope everyone is doing well. You too, Swag. You too. Hyman is the first goal scorer, plus 1350. Ooh, I don't hate that. And to be honest, when I'm on a goal scoring prop, nothing better than them scoring the first goal, because then you don't have to worry about are they going to score. They just get it done and over with early. I love it. Too much juice in Edmonton team total over 3.5 at minus 150. Maybe the team total over 4.5 at plus 130. Yeah, maybe. The books are just obviously not making it easy to bet the over here in this one, but it makes sense. Bowen Byron plus 650, your favorite anytime goal sleeper. All right, not bad. Some good value there. Plus 650. But the final game of the night, we've got Seattle and Anaheim. The Kraken plus 115, road dogs. The Ducks minus 135, home favorites. And a total of 6 here in this one. No confirmed goalies. Grubauer against Dostal, both unconfirmed here in this one. How have these two teams been doing recently? Well, the Kraken, they're hot again. They had this stretch earlier on in the season where they got really hot all of a sudden, and that's the case again. Seattle, they've won 5 of their last 6 games. Their only loss was to the Ducks, a 4-2 loss to the Ducks. After that loss to the Ducks, they've won 4 in a row. 4-2 against New Jersey, 5-1 against Washington, 5-2 against Toronto, and then 3-2 against Vegas in their last game. Of course, this is a back-to-back. They'll face the LA Kings tomorrow. The Ducks lost back-to-back games against Edmonton, Vancouver, got the 4-3 win against Vegas. So both these two teams are coming off a win against Vegas in their last game, heading into this one. How have these two teams done against each other in the past? Anaheim 3-2 in the last 5. So Anaheim has had a little bit more success recently. But overall, the Kraken have won 10 of the last 13 between these two teams. So the Kraken has had more success long-term here. 2-2-1 to a total 6. So no real edge here when it comes to the total in this one. And for me here, I'm going to take the Kraken's best goal scorer, in my opinion. Jared McCann, anytime goal, plus 230 here in this one. McCann has scored a goal in 3 games in a row and 5 of his last 6. He is and that top line is a big reason why the Kraken have started to win all these games. He had a 2-goal game against Washington, and he scored in both games that he's faced against Anaheim this season. 3 shots and goal in both games. Top line, top power play, plus 230. Great value here for Jared McCann. So we'll take him. Take his anytime goal prop here to finish off the night. But taking a look here at other guys on streaks in this one. Cutter Gauthier, minus 132 for a point, 4 of his last 5 games. Chris Kreider has value, point in 4 of his last 5 games, plus 105. Eberle, 4 of his last 5 games, minus 125. Troy Terry, 4 games in a row, minus 115. Chandler Stevenson, 4 games in a row with a point, plus 107. Adam Larson, 3 games in a row with a point for the Kraken, plus 310. Big value there. Of course, a defensive defenseman, so rare that he has a point streak like that. I mentioned McCann's goal streak already. Kreider, goal in 3 of his last 5, plus 240. Cutter Gauthier, Jackson Lacombe, power play points in 3 of 5. And then other guys as well here. And then assist streaks. Eberle an assist in 4 of his last 5 games, plus 167. Chandler Stevenson an assist in 4 games in a row, plus 172. Jackson Lacombe an assist in 4 of his last 5, plus 115. Troy Terry an assist in 3 games in a row, plus 160. Cutter Gauthier 3 of his last 5, plus 189 here in this game. Lots of value with player props here in this game if you think it's going to be a high-scoring game, or if there's a specific player you like. For me, I'm going with McCann. I'm going with Jared McCann. Ducks puck line, plus 177. All right. Kraken sneaky good to the goal in first 10. Sounds good. Let's give me a Jared McCann goal in the first minute. How about that? Then we're both really happy if you take the goal in first 10, of course. Owen Power, 2 shots on goal, plus 105. He's covered 2+ in all but one leg of the back-to-back. And all but one, the second leg of the back-to-back. All right. I hope the Kraken miss the playoffs. Okay. They definitely could. Good times. Thanks, Podgen. Shane Wright, plus 400, 4 goals in 6 games for Stostel. Wow. Okay. Schwartz, 4 goals in 7 games for Stostel. Plus 340. Goal in first minute. Yes. Imagine you could bet goal in first minute. The odds on that would be insane. But we do see goals in the first minute, so sounds good to me. Seattle, 11 of their last 14 wins by 2+, if you are looking at a Seattle play. There we go. If you wanted to go reverse puck line, you could do that. For me, when it comes to the side, I think it's tough. Here. I think we could see overtime. Now, the Ducks, I believe, is this their last game before the break here? Yes, it is. This is the Ducks' last game before the break, but Seattle plays LA tomorrow. So we'll see. And this will be something to watch here, teams on their final game before the break, how they play. So we'll have to keep an eye on that here. But that's today's show. Thank you everyone for watching. Make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you want my member play of the day, hit the join button and become a member. If you missed it on yesterday's show, I announced I'm going to be doing a mid-season recap for all 32 teams during the Olympic break. I'll have guests on with me, giving each team a grade from A+ to F, looking at future bets, how the team has done, how we think they'll do the rest of the season, and all that coming here during the Olympic break. So members will get early access to those videos. Everyone else will have to wait till they come out the next day. Thank you guys for watching. Best of luck tonight. And we'll see you guys here back tomorrow for another episode. Picks on Net, NHL, Picks and Stats. Best of luck, guys.